Is getting a Kentucky real estate license for you? Would you like to set your own work hours? Do you get up in the morning dreading work? Do you feel like you're watching your life pass you by while you work? Do you want a challenge? Do you want to try something new? Why not real estate? A real estate license in Kentucky may be easier to obtain than you think. Imagine you are finally ready to plop down on the couch to watch some TV after a long and stressful day of work. You barely made it in time to get Susie off to dance lessons and Johnny to football practice. The encounter you had with your boss, Mr. Smith, at work earlier is still gnawing at you and leaves you feeling irritated and angry. You ask yourself, when will he finally appreciate my dedication and hard work? I wish I were my own boss and I could set my own hours and actually enjoy my time away from the office. Now picture yourself in a new life as a real estate agent in Kentucky. You would be making your own schedule and meeting with existing clients to help them achieve the American dream. As you shake hands with a young couple after your first closing, you think of how happy they will be to provide their new son with a big backyard to play in and a place everyone can call home.
There are lots of agents, but there are very few good agents. Almost everyone has experienced or heard a real estate horror story about a bad agent, so in some cases it's relatively easy to distinguish yourself by just doing an outstanding job representing clients because other agents are not. I've always said there are too many people in just about every business where money can be made, but the motivational speaker Zig Ziglar had a great quote: "There's always room at the top." I find it amusing that people said the same thing. There are already too many agents when I first became involved in the real estate business. I'll use my real estate school as an example. As of the date we're recording this, there are, I believe, 32 approved real estate pre-licensed schools in Kentucky that students can choose from. Granted, that number will go down over the next few years as a shakeout of the business occurs, but if everyone had an equal share of business, that would work out to about 3% market share per company, but business doesn't work that way. When I started my school, there were already several choices for students, and the day we opened, we had a 0% market share. We don't disclose exact numbers, but now as the largest provider of real estate training in Kentucky, our pre-licensed market share is over 25% and growing rapidly every single day. In fact, it would probably be much higher, but there are still a lot of students that don't know they can take the classes online, or that have the mistaken belief online classes are not as good as those in the classroom. I use this example only to show that anyone can start from scratch and achieve success if they have a plan and can deliver what consumers and customers want. That's not to say that everyone will succeed. I'm very upfront with people. Real estate sales is a tough job. Let me repeat that. Real estate sales is a tough job. After all, it's a sales job. The good news is that you're selling something people want, but you have to be motivated and you have to make things happen on your own. If you think business will just fall in your lap, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. The bottom line is that you have to be willing to put in the time and do what it takes to become successful. If you're capable of doing that, then real estate sales presents a great opportunity. I recall the story I was told by another instructor of a lady in California who had to take her test 17 times before she passed. You might think she should have given up. You might even think it was a sign real estate was not right for her, but you'd be wrong. What that tells me, and tells potential brokers, is that she's motivated and will do what it takes to achieve her goals. Think about it. How many people would have quit after the first failure, the second, the third? I'm told today she is one of the leading agents in California with sales production of over $50 million per year. One of the great football coaches of all time, Vince Lombardi, summed it up the best. It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get back up.
It can happen, but there are some basic requirements to obtain a real estate license in Kentucky. You must be 18 years of age, have attained a high school diploma or GED equivalency, submit to a criminal background check, have completed 96 classroom hours in real estate courses from a Kentucky-approved proprietary school, or 6 semester credit hours in real estate courses from an accredited college or university. Finally, pass the real estate exam. Given these requirements, what if someone has a record, a DUI? Can they get a license? As with most things in life, it depends. Each situation is investigated independently. So while there are agents with DUIs, it's also possible a candidate would be turned down. One question that will come up is how long it's been, since there's obviously a difference. In case you're wondering, if the answer is last Saturday, your chances of getting a license are not good. The procedure is the same whether you have a record or not. Your real estate school will likely provide instructions and blank fingerprint cards when you register. First, you need to get your fingerprints taken by a law enforcement official. If you've had them taken in the past for another job, it probably doesn't matter because a particular background check from the FBI is required. You'll then send in the completed fingerprint card to the FBI. The FBI will process the prints and send a report directly back to you. If you don't have a record, you would just turn in the FBI report when you officially apply for your real estate license. If you do have something on your record, you should immediately forward the report to the Kentucky Real Estate Commission and they will start their investigation. This might include them conducting interviews or asking for police reports. You also have the right, if necessary, to even appear before the commission and plead your case. If you do proceed forward with taking a class before you get a go-ahead from the commission, you have to understand you are doing so at your own risk. You could go through the class and at some point in the future, the commission could say, based on your record, they cannot let you get your real estate license. The safest and preferred course is to get the background check and investigation completed, so you'll know for sure if you can get a license. In terms of classes, you can choose classroom or online, college or proprietary school, i.e. real estate school, as long as the classes are approved. Most students now select online courses, but it depends on what a student wants and needs. Knowledge is about what you know, not how you learned it. But here are some misconceptions about online courses that still exist. One study even showed online students scored 12% higher on exams than their classroom counterparts. If you think about it, the results make sense for two reasons. If you have to meet at certain times, your brain may not be ready at those exact times. Also, when you're online, you can review material over and over again. If you miss something in the classroom and do not ask for it to be repeated, you'll just miss out. In the classroom, you have other potential distractions like the room conditions, uncomfortable chairs, temperature issues, plus the greatest distraction is another student who thinks they know everything and has to say something about everything. While online courses offer interaction between students and instructors, it's virtually impossible for it to negatively affect everyone else if the course is designed properly for that one student. When choosing an online school, you also want examples of how much audio, video, and multimedia will be included in the course. Do they offer MP3 files? Do they offer videos? Do they offer games as a part of the course? What some people call an online class is nothing more than reading assignments posted on a website, and you'll desire and deserve far more. One way to know for sure whether online courses are for you is to ask for a preview. You really should preview the course format to see if it matches up with what you've been told, to see if it meets your individual needs, and finally, so you can troubleshoot any issues with programs or updates needed for your computer. If you can click a mouse, you should be able to take online courses, but there may be specific programs and browser updates you'll need to download before you begin. Remember, the Kentucky Real Estate Commission has a requirement that for all final exams, pre-licensed courses, online or classroom, contain a proctored and monitored exam. So for online courses, you'll also want to investigate how close the nearest proctor is to where you live and whether the school pays for any fees involved. What about the internet connection? Does it need to be high speed? What are the computer requirements? Schools have their own requirements posted, but without getting too technical, most stream multimedia content in a Flash format. That's the best format for accessing multimedia on the web because it condenses the file sizes and in many cases it loads the next page or resource while you're looking at the current one. Some smartphones and tablet PCs support Flash, while others don't. But almost all relatively new laptops or desktops loaded with a current version of any of the major browsers should work. As far as internet access, if a school has a lot of media in the course, they'll likely require high-speed cable, DSL, or satellite internet access. Let's face it, trying to watch a video on a dial-up connection is and always will be a very frustrating experience. Now that you have the basics about getting a license and course options, we'll end by saying good luck in deciding whether real estate is a career path you would like to explore further. We certainly hope you found this video informative. But if you need additional information or would like to see additional training videos, please visit Thornton's Real Estate Academy at realestaterenegade.org or call 888-268-6882 for additional resources.